Bought a newspaper today, folks, and there's a couple of people in the letters section there, writing into the paper, saying it's absolutely scandalous that Kevin Sinfield didn't get a knighthood when many others did. I said that a couple of days ago or yesterday. I think it's shocking. He isn't doing it to get a knighthood. But if any man deserves one, it's him. And all a knighthood does is it shines an even greater light in his efforts to help those with MND, fighting for the cause, trying to find the money to hopefully find some kind of way of putting off this horrible disease. Maybe it never can be done, I don't know. But the money that he's raising gives it a minute chance for it to happen. But as I say, at least he raises the spotlight on the disease anyway, and the thousands of people in Britain living with it. It's a horrendous thing to have thrust on you. And I can't believe he's got it. But as I'm reading on, I go to the back of the newspaper there, and there's a piece there. I see Kevin's picture there with your man, Jason Robinson. Jason Robinson, that for many of you that don't know, used to play rugby league for about 10 years for Wigan. And then he moved over to Rugby Union and did very well. I think he played for Bath, if memory serves, although I'm not a real Union fan, so I may be wrong there. I know he played for England. And I know he helped him win the World Cup. I think he scored the only try. I think it might have been the only try in a match to win the World Cup all those years ago. I think. I might be wrong, but that's not important in the story, in the context of things. But Robinson himself is saying it's just unbelievable with all that Sinfield has done that he's not picked up a knighthood. He said especially when many in the sporting landscape pick up knighthoods on a regular basis, often for doing a fraction of what Kevin's done on the field, but certainly nothing like that he's done for charity off the field. He said he deserves it for both, never mind just his off the field stuff. He said, but that's where Rugby League has a problem. He said, I've got awards from Rugby Union. I think he got 2 awards, Jason Robinson. He got an award 1 year, and 3 or 4 years later he got a secondary award. And he said, it's crazy. He said, I was with Wigan for about 10 years and I won 10 or 15 trophies, trophy laden. I won everything there, I did fantastically well, got nothing for it. Moved to Rugby Union, played for England, got recognised twice. He said, but it's always been the way. Rugby League has always been the naughty boy in the corner sport compared to Rugby Union, and he's right there. But I didn't realise how one-sided it was. He actually raised a point there, and I think he said something like, Rugby Union over the years have had 11 people, or 13, I think it was 13 people being knighted that have either played Rugby Union, been knighted whilst playing, or retired, or coached the game. 13 people in Rugby League in all the years it's been going, and it's over 100 years now, they've not had one. Not one. He said, and when you look at some of the talent that played Rugby League over the years and coached the game, he said it's just totally wrong. It's just not right at all. He said, don't get me wrong, one day we'll get a night and it might come soon. He said, but that's not the point. They've beaten us 13-0 and it's just totally wrong. He said, everything I did in Rugby Union didn't eclipse what I did in Rugby League. It might not have even been as great. He said, but I got nothing for Rugby League and everything for Rugby Union. He said, it's just so unfair. And I can't disagree with him there. The Rugby Union is the old boy sport, isn't it? The people with money, the aristocracy. And obviously that's where government and also your monarchy comes from. These little scraggy northerners, of which I am one, they're not that bothered about us, I don't think, which is a shame. Because I'll tell you now, I've watched Rugby League for many a year, and there's some people played our game that are absolutely brilliant, and I'll tell you now, I'd put them up against any Rugby Union player anytime. You get the best Rugby Union players playing Rugby League and vice versa, and I'll tell you you'll come out on top, and it isn't the Union boys, I don't care what anybody says. But that's just my opinion. What do I know? What I do know is this: it shouldn't be 13-0 to the Rugby Union boys. It's totally unfair. It really is. But as for Sinfield, with or without Rugby League, he deserves one anyway for what he's done for that MND. It's just over and above what anybody would do for any friend. Absolute superstar, young Kevin Sinfield. Superstar. I'm pleased we had him in our game, I really am.